This video is in no way meant for children. It contains profanity and conversations about adult topics. If you are a child, please do not watch this video. Instead, watch Markiplier or Dan TDM's old Minecraft mod series.
All of the voices heard in this video were created by AI. The people represented in this video never said any of these things.
While the voices are created by AI, I personally wrote all of the dialogue myself. Now, on to the video.
What's going on, wonderful people? Today, Barry, Sleepy Joe, and I will be ranking every weapon in Halo Infinite's multiplayer.
We will be including variants as well in this ranking, because most of them are certified ass clappers.
If you viewers watching this have any recommendations to help improve the channel's quality, or if you wanted to give your own takes on the ranking, please leave a comment. Now, first off, we have the assault rifle. This weapon feels amazing to use, like getting a good whiff of a child's hair. It's super reliable and a great starter weapon.
I disagree, Joe. This weapon is sometimes too good, to the point where it infringes on other weapons like the battle rifle or the Avenger.
What a tard take, Barry. If you get outgunned by an AR at range or even up close, that is a damn skill issue. Shit, 343 just removed the headshot multiplier on it, so it's even worse at those two ranges.
Yeah, Barry, the AR is just fine as is. Good enough to perform in many scenarios, but still ushers you into looking for other weapons that are better at a specific range. I'm gonna put the assault rifle in A tier where it belongs.
Okay, so, up next we have the Sidekick. This weapon is like the assault rifle's other half. This gun is a bit better at ranges, but worse close up.
Yeah, this shit feels snappy and surprisingly powerful. Only 7 headshots to kill, and its fire rate is fast as hell, so you can take down anyone faster than you might think. Its reload is quick too, so if you fuck up and miss your shots, or are caught with your dick out, you can quickly reload and possibly win the fight.
Man, I wish I could see you with your big Barry out, but
What?
I can't even front. I could never get the hang of this gun. Maybe it's my old ass sucking at tap fire aiming on controller, but I always seem to miss my shots.
No, Joe. It's because your rock-chewing ass tries to use it at sniper ranges, and you always spam the fuck out of it. So your bloom looks like that scene in the Boondocks, where those two fine gentlemen are in a beef and try to Swiss cheese each other, but they both miss point blank.
Yeah, Joe, it's not the gun's fault you get trigger happy. The Sidekick belongs in A tier beside the AR.
Now up next, we have the battle rifle. This shit makes me want to bust a nut and go on an ever-clear bender with how good this gun feels to use. I always feel like a total badass hitting headshot after headshot and downing people left and right.
Joe, for once, I actually agree with you. This gun is truly something special, but you do know that it has some heavy bullet magnetism, so it's not like your aim just suddenly goes Goku Ultra Instinct upon picking it up.
Shut up, Donnie, and let me feel good about myself. Besides, you were just complaining about me sucking ass in the game, so why are you coming after me and my precious battle rifle?
Because I can't have you win at anything in life as long as I'm in office.
Shut up, Gorlock. I'm putting the battle rifle in S tier, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Well, next up, we have the Commando. If I'm honest, this gun is pretty hit or miss for me. I like the idea of it being an automatic precision weapon, but it's best when you tap fire it, and is usually worse when you go full auto.
I know the bloom and recoil of this gun can be pretty nasty sometimes, but once you get the feel for this gun, you can reliably outgun all other similar options at medium to semi-close range. I mean, the time to kill is faster than even the assault rifle if you hit everything perfectly, though the battle rifle and DMR both outshine it at long range.
Hell now. This jank-ass gun can't decide what it wants to be. It's easier to use the AR close-up, and you already know how I feel about the battle rifle. Also, I feel like its low reserve ammo always has me trying to scrounge around the map for spare ammo like a little fucking gremlin. I never seem to have that issue with any of the other UNSC rifles in the game.
Once again, Joe, that's because you always go full auto with it and miss most of your shots, you dumbass. Pace them out better, and you might not get carried for once.
Given both you guys' feelings on it, I'm going to slap the Commando in B tier so we can go on and talk about my personal favorite UNSC rifle, the DMR. Oh, and its scoped variant too, because they're practically the same thing. Now I've had a soft spot for the DMR since the good old Reach days, and I must say, Infinite's version is possibly my favorite version. It's simple to use. 5 headshots to kill, and hearing Jeff Steitzer's orgasmic voice say, "Perfect," feels great every time.
I honestly love this gun too. You all might think I couldn't hit the broadside of pre-2 steps ahead Nikocado Avocado, but its slow fire rate helps me control my Parkinson's ass finger, so I'm actually pretty decent with this gun.
This gun do indeed slap, but I still think the battle rifle has ease of use and reliability on it. It'll probably lose out to the DMR at long range, but everywhere else the BR is usually better. I honestly prefer the unscoped DMR over the scoped one. Not being able to be forced out of zoom while taking damage is a huge plus when you're fighting someone else head-on. I'll go ahead and put both iterations of the DMR in A tier.
Next up we have the Avenger. I don't know, it's cool, I guess. I like how fast it is and it fills that gap for an SMG weapon in the sandbox, but I just don't like the model for it. If 343 could have remade the Halo 2 Anniversary SMG model for Infinite, I would have liked it a lot better.
While I agree they should have done that, it doesn't affect the performance of the weapon itself. Like you said, it fills the role that was missing for so many years, and it does it pretty well. The firing sound fits super well, and using it is just great. I honestly like it a good bit.
It fills me with extreme pain and anguish to agree with Joe, but I'm gonna have to. It's not like the Avenger is bad or anything. It's just so meh at anything other than right up the enemy's brown eye. I'll put it in B tier next to the Commando. And up next, we have the Bulldog. I personally think it's a disgusting imitation of the classic Halo shotgun. I mean, you can't even one-shot someone with this thing unless they're limping around on low health like a fucking old frail-ass pet or something. It doesn't even sound cool or feel badass to use. In trying to make the shotgun more than just a close-range demon, they made it into a medium-range pussy.
The hell are you on, Don? The Bulldog slaps. Sure, it can't one-shot, but it's way more capable than the classic shotgun. It's faster, has more ammo, is better at range, and is oftentimes better for infection because of its range and rate of fire. It may not be able to one-shot, but you can still do the shoot-to-melee combo to get the 2-tap.
Borderline window licker take Donnie? Talking about being badass like he doesn't die first in infection every time? If you stop trying to use it like the classic shotgun, you might be able to last more than half a minute, you Neanderthal.
Shut your sleepy ass up, Joey. I'll put the shit dog in B tier to satisfy you bums.
Now we have the Hydra. I don't know about you both, but I like the Halo 5 version much better. Granted, the tracking was a bit OD at times and basically aimed for you. Also, I sometimes see the silhouette of it and think it's the AR.
I agree on the Halo 5 take. Now this weapon feels mid as fuck. The 2 fire modes are pretty cool, but it feels like all its aura from the Halo 5 days of it being on demon time are gone, and this husk of its former self is what we're left with. Granted, it's still pretty alright. I'd say B tier only though.
Yeah, it's not like it's horrible or anything. It just doesn't have you going crazy when you pick it up. Unlike our next entry, which is the sniper rifle. God damn, this gun makes me want to splooge when I hit that snapshot from across the map.
Don, we both know damn well I'm the one who can hit those. Shit. The other day, you and I did a 1v1 snipers only on the pit, and I got a perfection on you. The weapon itself is perfect. 4 shots. 2 shots to kill if you miss the head, 1 if you don't. Plus, in normal games, the ammo pool is limited so people won't just camp with it like a wimp. Unlike you, Donnie.
I watched that shit unfold before my eyes. I was dying laughing as Donnie got packed up and put in a box on his favorite map. I also agree that the sniper is perfect, though I don't pretend to be good with it. Unlike Mick Fat Ass over here.
Holy shit, at least take me out to dinner first, you two. Jesus. Though it's obvious that there's no place where the sniper rifle could go besides S tier. And after all that, we have the rocket launcher.
I love this gun. It exposes who is good at the game or not. It may not be hard to use itself, but if you have a rocket launcher in a normal game, That means you fought your way to the spawner and beat everyone else. Managing power weapon respawn times is possibly the most important thing to know in a game like this. And the weapon itself bangs hard, kills anything and everything, unless you're a dumbass and miss. Then you deserve to lose.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's called the Spanker and why the S-tier rank is named after it. It's a classic and deserves no less than S-tier. And now we have the chain gun. This is possibly its best iteration yet. Super accurate, shoots very fast, and does a lot of damage. The animation of you walking may not be as awesome as Halo 3, but this is the best version to date. It also cannot overheat, unlike most other versions.
It's a very special feeling when you find this on Fragmentation. You just know some poor fool will be hauling ass on a Razorback, just for their fun to be killed when you open fire. Its ammo can be limiting at times, but it being so deadly makes up for that. This could possibly be the best minigun-esque weapon in Infinite, or even the entire series so far. And I don't want to hear any of you old geezer-ass Halo 3 glazers in the comments trying to vouch for the dumbass missile pod. That shit was ass, and barely worked as a gimmick. This gun definitely belongs up in S tier.
Oh shit. It's the Pulse Carbine. I know this gun gets a lot of flack for being mediocre, but I disagree. Once you get in your groove with this gun, little else tops it, besides a power weapon.
To me, this weapon is sort of like the loose cannon from Team Fortress 2. It claps cheeks at a specific range, but struggles the more you deviate from that range. I like it personally, but the battle rifle is definitely better.
Yeah, I find that often the fact that it's a projectile weapon prevents this shield-shredding monster from being truly great. Getting behind any kind of cover or being in a small enclosed space makes this weapon worse. But like you both said, once you hit its special range, it is hard to beat. Use it to take down the opponent's shields, then switch to the sidekick for the kill. I'd personally put it in A tier for that reason.
I don't know about you two, but the plasma pistol is just all right to me. I love that it got its ability to stun vehicles back, but the only purpose of this gun is to do combos. But the tracking just sometimes doesn't work. I think the Pulse Carbine is better on average, but the plasma pistol has the possibility to surprise your opponents with the charge shot.
Yeah, the vehicle stun is cool, but now there's a hit scan gun that can do the same thing from range. So it makes me feel like it's a bit redundant compared to the competition. The plasma pistol belongs in B tier, to cover the good and the bad.
Fucking hell, it's the stupid-ass Needler. Joe always spams the shit out of this when we do 1v1s on Dredge. The tracking on this gun is so OD. Like I try to go behind cover, but those dumbass needles are like wasps or something, and always find me.
Donnie, you might have a case of the tism because even with all the DMRs and battle rifles, you still couldn't manage to shoot me down from long range. That tracking only works close up. So you let me get close enough to do all that.
Hell no, Joe. You love to camp in those tight-ass hallways so that I can't stay far enough away for that bullshit tracking to not work.
Skill diff.
I'm just gonna put the Needler in A, so I don't have to hear you two bicker about some dumbass shit. And next up, we have the Stalker rifle.
The Stalker rifle is my jam. Not only because it reminds me of my devious activities on the gram looking at some big Bunda Baddies page for hours on end, and me trying to find their personal information, but the 3 headshots to kill makes this gun powerful as shit. Far exceeds any of the UNSC rifles at long range, aside from the sniper, of course. The overheat can piss me off sometimes, but I just lock in and get those perfects.
I agree on the Instagram comment, and the Stalker rifle is elite. I do find that the DMR is better at closer ranges, but that's kind of the point. The Stalker rifle is just an extra long-range DMR. I say it belongs in A tier with the DMR.
Now we have the Energy Sword. If this isn't one of the most iconic weapons in video game history, I don't know what is. Running around the map like a crackhead and tearing through everyone in sight is such an amazing feeling. Might be better than sex, if I'm honest.
With you being married to Michael, that statement doesn't surprise me.
I bet you have to lift up your belly folds when you take a piss so you can see your 2-inch terrorizer.
I saw him do that shit in the bathroom after our debate, and he still missed the urinal. Blood had to drop his drawers to his knees just to be able to lift all the fat from off of him. Shit had me dying.
Joe, you fucking pecker peeker. I always wondered why you'd always pick the stall right next to me when others are open. Well, back on the energy sword. It is my favorite melee in the series. I always liked it over the gravity hammer. I'll put it in S tier.
And now we have the plasma turret. It's not bad at all. In fact, this thing kills shield extremely quickly. But it having overheat is a big minus, and it's a projectile weapon with no tracking on it, unlike the other Covenant weapons. I can't say it's bad, but it's certainly the worst minigun in Infinite.
I can't really say that I have much experience with this gun, because nobody puts this shit on their map. It's either the UNSC turret or the Banished turret. But from what you say about it, it sounds mid as fuck.
Joe is high-key spitting right now. Slap it in C tier. And now, my brothers in Christ, witness the greatness that is the Mangler. This is in contention for being the most satisfying gun in the game. 8 shots, 3 headshots to kill. It's pure perfection.
Even though it's a projectile weapon, the shot is fast as hell, so it's easy to aim this gun. It's got some of the sexiest animations in the game, too. That shoot-to-melee combo is crazy.
Do you guys remember when Infinite first dropped and you could do the melee combo even with a body shot? Shit was crazy. Fun times, but thank God 343 nerfed it soon after. It still slaps, though. I think since we all glazed this gun, it should go in S tier.
You know, I've always had a soft spot for the Disruptor. It's pretty unique, in it being able to damage enemies over time if you hit enough shots. It being an electric weapon, it can shock vehicles and even weapons too. I've gotten a few kills by doing that.
I remember that time on Behemoth when Joe was about to get jumped by the whole entire enemy team in a Warthog, only for him to whip out the Disruptor and stun the Warthog, and kill every one of them with the chain lightning effect. One of the best plays I've seen Joe do. Even better than when he somehow managed to get a Hell's Janitor along with a divine intervention in Infection.
Make sure to wipe your mouth when you're done, Barry. And Joe only got that Hell's Janitor and divine intervention because he got the battle rifle with unlimited ammo and just camped in a corner with only one entryway. Though that Disruptor play went absolutely schizo-nuts. The Disruptor belongs in B tier.
The shock rifle is pretty good, like an alternate sniper rifle. I'm not good with it personally, but I love it for perfection metal challenges when I don't have my precious battle rifle. Its stun is cool too.
Although I like having a second sniper to fuck people up with, the stun makes using some vehicles annoying as hell. Like, have you ever been in a Wasp or Banshee and flying high up just for some pea-brained glue huffer to shoot twice and cripple your movement? Shit pisses me off every time.
Yeah, that happens a lot for me. It's not as much of an issue with the other stun weapons because they suck at range, unlike this. Though for use in sniping, it's a bit worse than the sniper, but still a good substitute. I'd give it an A tier. Now we have the Ravager. I won't lie, this gun used to be pretty boom key squirt when Infinite first dropped. Now though, this shit slaps hard as hell. Does so much damage in such a big area, and the charge shot is fun area denial. I also think it's one of the best looking guns in the series, with its angry goo gun look and the big ass knife on the front.
I won't even lie, Donnie. You're nuts with this gun. I remember when us three were playing attrition on Recharge, and we were all dead, but you had the Ravager, and managed to get the entire enemy team in the charge shot to melt their shields, and finish them all off with the Commando. You shouted some crazy shit on the mic after to the enemy team.
That play was nuts, but I don't think the Ravager is as useful or consistent as the weapons in A tier. I'll slap it into B tier. The skewer slaps cheeks so hard. I love finding it in BTB or on Behemoth. It's kind of like a more balanced Spartan laser, with the drop-off and single shot with a long reload. It's always hilarious to shoot a mongoose or ghost with this thing and see them go flying. I wish you could pin a Spartan to a wall with it, though.
I always wanted it to do that, but I doubt that 343 will add that now. I must say that the skewer still bangs hard, though the Spartan laser is missed. I'll put it in A tier.
The gravity hammer is always a great choice. It's kind of like the opposite of the energy sword. Whereas it's great at one-on-one fights and getting to your opponent quick, the Gravity Hammer can kill multiple people at once because of its area damage, not to mention the use against vehicles that the Energy Sword simply doesn't have. Even if you don't destroy every vehicle in one hit, you send them flying even further than the Skewer sometimes.
Yeah, the Gravity Hammer goes hard. Like you said, it's a bit better in a team fight than the Energy Sword is. Not like either is bad, but the area damage gives it its own niche and unique moments. I do wish you could use it to repel yourself in the air like you used to, though. The Gravity Hammer totally belongs in S tier.
Honestly, the scrap cannon is pretty good. Certainly better than the plasma turret. Its area damage and increased fire rate over time makes it pretty unique for the series. The overheat is a bit of a bitch to work around, but it's not enough of a downside to make me not like it. I wish it was in more maps, though. Like, I cannot think of any map outside of the pit that has this weapon on it. Map creators should put more cool shit like turrets and fusion coils on their maps.
Donnie is spitting straight facts right now. Turrets offer a unique gameplay experience that can't be replicated with anything else. I know that putting turrets on small arena maps doesn't really make sense, but even on bigger maps, they're still rare, and are usually just the UNSC turret. Same with fusion coils, it's usually just the normal banished one, or the Covenant one. And I know that there are no fusion coils on this list, but they all bang. But back onto the scrap cannon, it's always a blast to find this and go on a rampage. Still not better than the UNSC turret, though. I'm gonna slap it into B tier for being good.
Halo Infinite's Sentinel Beam is probably the best in the series. The recoil is on some crazy shit, but the damage is wild to make up for it. It also sounds like the weapon is crying when you shoot it. Pretty cool that it has a magazine instead of overheat like the previous versions did.
Yeah, you can't really use this weapon at range, because your shots will be looking like Joe's with the sidekick. Even if you tap fire, there are much better options. It deserves to be put in A tier because of its close-range damage alone.
The Cinder Shot is up next, and it's good as hell. I've woken up in the middle of the night in a pool of my own piss and shit after I had a nightmare about the pre-nerf Cinder Shot days. That suction effect made it absolutely unbearable to play against. And it's not like it sucked at range either, because you could aim the shot yourself in the air if you ADS it.
Joe, you're nasty as hell. I would normally just rub my nuts all over you for being trash at the game, but in this case, I agree. The pre-nerf Cinder Shot pissed me off so damn much. It was good against everything, and in nearly every situation besides extreme range. I will say that now without the suction effect, it's still good, but nowhere near what it was. If we are to rank the pre-nerf version, it would go in S+ tier, but this version goes in S tier only. I know you all might think I'll hate on the Heatwave, but it claps cheeks. It's way more unique than the Shit Dog and its dual fire modes, and the ricochet shots are pretty cool, like a better version of the old scatter shot from the Halo 4 and 5 days.
I am surprised that you actually like this gun. I like how you can use it more at range than the Bulldog, but it's a bit less consistent close up. Because let's be honest, who uses the horizontal shot? And don't hit me with some BS like, you can use it against groups to hit multiple targets at once. Well, the damage is ass in that mode, so you'd be better off sticking to the vertical mode like a real man. The Heatwave slaps if you can aim, though. I'll put it in B tier with the Bulldog.
This marks the halfway point of the video, where we switch to ranking the variants of most of the weapons. I say most because there isn't a variant for the Avenger or the DMR, for whatever reason. But up first, we have the Longshot Assault Rifle. It's the AR, but it can deal headshot damage, has less ammo in the magazine, but less bloom, less recoil, and a further zoom when aiming. Overall, it behaves kind of like how most rifles do in other games, so it's really good. I'd put it in A tier, and after that we have the Striker Sidekick. And this gun trades the normal Sidekick's crazy bloom for crazy recoil, so I can't hit shit with it.
You can't aim for shit, Joe, unless you have the battle rifle. Though I must say, we are ranking the weapon variants based on how good they are compared to the other variants, not compared to their normal versions. Every one of these variants are better than their normal counterparts. And I don't want to see some idiot in the comments talking about the Ravager Rebound being ass because that shit's amazing. But we'll get to that weapon later. For the Striker Sidekick, it's really good, but compared to the rest of the variants, it doesn't hold up much due to the recoil. I'd say it goes in B tier, but again, it's better than the regular version.
The Breacher battle rifle is pretty interesting. You get more damage than the standard BR, but less range. Its TTK is bonkers, but it feels weird, because my brain is trained to use the BR at range, but this one isn't meant for that, so I just feel sort of iffy about it.
I don't blame you, Joe. For the range rolls of the AR and BR to be swapped messes with my head a lot too. The Breacher being a 3 headshot kill is great though. I'll take the liberty of placing it into B tier.
The Impact Commando is up next, and many people have their minds stuck in the time where this thing was shit, but now it's the shit. It absolutely shreds at close range, and Joe's ammo issue is solved with this gun because you have 40 rounds in one magazine and you can kill in 6 headshots. However, the range compared to the standard version is less, so you gotta use it differently than normal. I think even against the strongest competition, it's great. I'll put it into A tier with the long-shot assault rifle. And after the Impact Commando, we have possibly one of the best guns in the series. Even my hating ass must admit that this is better than most shotguns in the entire series as a whole. Its range is ridiculous and is a consistent 2-shot, and the ammo count goes from 7 to 12. It dominates Super Fiesta all day and slaps its meat in the face of most other options, including both normal and variant versions.
Both versions? You literally went on a tism rant about how much your big ass hates the regular Bulldog.
I meant against every weapon in the game, even the variants, this gun is one of the best, you sleepy idiot.
Oh. Well, I must agree that the Convergence Bulldog spanks most other weapons monkey. It deserves its rightful place in S tier.
We're on the Pursuit Hydra next, and it's pretty good. This variant gives you a faster lock-on time, faster projectile speed, more damage in tracking mode, and you can track enemies at further ranges than the normal version. I think it's pretty good. Not sure about a high-tier spot, but it's not bad.
This is a weapon feared by both man and machine alike, though since the gun is based off the mediocre normal Hydra, it still has the limited reserve ammo and the slow reload speed. It's totally better than the regular version, but compared to the other variants, it's more deserving of a B tier than a high tier spot.
The FlexFire Sniper is super interesting. It trades consistent 1-shot headshots for a fast fire rate, 2-shotting machine. If you use it like a sniper, you're going to be disappointed, but using it like the Stalker rifle allows it to truly shine. Its time to kill is less than half a second, and you have a lot more ammo in the mag compared to the normal sniper.
As the sniper expert here, I must admit that the FlexFire bangs, though it's hard to compare to the normal sniper because it's so different. Like you said, Joe, if you use this like how you use the sniper, you'll hate it. It's more or less a better Stalker rifle that can't overheat. I'll place it into A tier because it's pretty damn good.
The Tracker Rocket Launcher is possibly the easiest ranking on this list. It's just the regular rocket launcher, but it can lock onto targets. Not much else to say besides that it's going to the top of the list.
The rapid-fire pulse carbine is almost orgasmic. You shoot so damn fast with this thing, dodging its shots is nigh on impossible. It's a 2-burst kill, so you deal extreme damage faster than most. It does overheat fast as hell though, with it only taking 5 bursts to do that. It still has the same issues of the regular pulse carbine, but given its high damage, I'd say it's better than the normal battle rifle. The A tier is the only correct ranking for it.
The Pinpoint Needler can go fuck itself. Whoever thought giving the Needler a stronger tracking effect was a good idea should be sent to Guantanamo Bay. The needles are so damn smart that they can follow your goofy ass around corners. So the only way to not die if you've been locked on is to just pray. It also super combines in only 8 shots, which is 4 less than stock. I will admit though, in a list of powerful variant weapons, this one is a bit more niche. I'd put it into the depths of hell along with Joe's cupcake-wanting ass, but I'll relent and place it into B tier.
The Unbound Plasma Pistol gave me PTSD from the Halo 4 bolt shot ever since it got buffed. It might even be better than the Prime bolt shot was. It's essentially a shotgun pistol now, with it firing in bursts. It even does so in the charge shot, letting it insta-kill you. I will admit, as annoying as it can be to insta-die out of nowhere, it's more tame compared to some of the other entries in the variant ranking. I'll put it into B tier with the Pinpoint Needler.
The Stalker Rifle Ultra is up next to rank, and it barely even feels like a different weapon. All it has is an increased fire rate, shorter overheat time, but lower damage. The time to kill is the exact same as the regular Stalker rifles. It's not bad or anything, in fact. It's pretty good. But it's missing the it factor that most variant weapons have. Shit. Even the Unbound Plasma Pistol has more style than this. But still, it's good.
Joe is right on this. The gun itself is good, but variant weapons tend to add something completely new to a weapon to change it in a huge way, like the Convergence Bulldog's super long range or the volatile skewer exploding on impact, not what could honestly be just a balance change for the base weapon. Even with smaller changes like the long-shot assault rifle's long range, you now use that weapon in a vastly different way than stock. Back onto the ranking, it deserves a B-tier spot because it's mid compared to the competition.
I'll be ranking both the Duelist Energy Sword and the Elite Bloodblade in the same spot because the Bloodblade is just a reskin of it. Not like the ranking's hard or anything, it's the easiest S tier in the history of the universe because they give the regular Energy Sword user a faster movement speed, higher jump, further sliding, and a longer red reticle range. My God, you can go on some insane kill streaks with these.
I kinda wish the Prophet's Bane returned from Halo 5. The invisibility effect was so unique and we never saw anything like it ever again. Well, our gun next in the ranking is the Riven Mangler. It acts like a sort of shotgun pistol because it shoots 2 shots in one trigger pull. You can effectively 2-shot people with this thing, and the melee combo still works with it. I think it deserves only a B tier, though.
The Calcine Disruptor is our next variant to rank, and it slaps tits. You can do so much area damage with this shit, it's insane. You kill in only 4 shots. And if you miss, the electric effect lingers on a surface for a bit, so you can still hit massive amounts of enemies with it. Oh yeah, did I mention that it disables vehicles in 1 hit? It's insane. This could honestly be a power weapon compared to most weapons in the game. Totally deserves a high-tier spot.
This gun goes absolutely schizo nuts. It is kind of annoying to fight against, though, given its huge AoE damage, and it just laughs in the face of every vehicle in the game. Even the Scorpion gets bitched by this. But for a ranking, it is very deserving of a high spot on the list.
As the resident Disruptor user here, I cannot get enough of the Calcine Disruptor. Like you all said, the usability of it makes it amazing, though it does have a smaller magazine size and less reserve ammo compared to stock. I think it belongs in A tier.
The Purging Shock Rifle is a neat weapon. You shoot 5 shots in one burst as opposed to the normal shock rifle only shooting 3, but they're also projectiles instead of hit scan. You're not really supposed to use this weapon for sniping, instead dealing immense electric area damage from long range. Without hitting a headshot, you kill in 2 bursts, and that applies to every enemy within the electricity chain range. It also neuters vehicles in 1 shot, like the Calcine Disruptor.
If you manage to get both the Purging Shock Rifle and the Calcine Disruptor in your loadout, you can single-handedly swipe an entire team off the map. These guns work together so well and cover each other's weaknesses. In BTB, you can be such a nuisance with these. Any flag rush gets shut down, and trying to capture a point is close to impossible with the chain lighting's damage. The Purging Shock Rifle totally belongs in A tier, with the Calcine Disruptor.
I'll split a wig if any of you dumbasses in the comments say that the Ravager Rebound is still ass. I'll admit that it used to be the worst weapon in the game by far, but recently it got buffed and is now an absolute killing machine. like it's now a different animal, but the same beast. The regular fire does more area damage than the rocket launcher and kills in 3 shots. It's also not a burst fire weapon, unlike the regular version. The charged shot will one-shot anyone if you hit it dead on, and the plasma pool melts anything inside of it within a second. This ain't the shitty-ass gun you used to know. It's been hitting the gym and has been bagging baddies ever since. This gun got a transformation like those haircut videos, where this dude who looks like Robin Williams did when he came back to Earth in the original Jumanji ends up looking like Travis Kelce at the end.
Given this gun's recent glow-up, it deserves an A-tier spot on the list. And after that, we have a personal favorite, the Volatile Skewer. If you somehow don't already know what this does, it's rather simple. Every time you shoot this gun, the spike will explode shortly after hitting any kind of target, even surfaces. This thing is extremely good against vehicles, especially stuff like warthogs, razorbacks, and choppers.
Oh, I get it. It's called the volatile skewer because it explodes. And the definition of volatile is something that can change, acts unpredictably really fast, like an explosion.
No shit, Joe.
In any case, the Volatile Skewer belongs in S tier. The weapons next to rank are the Diminisher of Hope and the Rushdown Hammer. Just like the Bloodblade and the Duelist Energy Sword, these weapons are reskins of each other, so we'll rank them in the same spot.
Just like the variant energy swords, these gravity hammers offer the same benefits with increased mobility. I would also like to note that unlike the regular gravity hammer, if you hit an enemy within red reticle range, they will always die. There is practically no chip damage with these hammers. If you hit the shot, they die. If you miss, swing again. I also really like the design of the Diminisher of Hope. It's like some crazy brute welded an energy sword to a gravity hammer, and this was the result. I think the Rushdown Hammer should go in S tier, and the Diminisher of Hope should go in A tier, because the picture used in the tier list doesn't have the cool energy sword bits. But again, they're technically the same thing. Now, some of you viewers may have noticed that we're missing the Forerunner variant weapons, and that's because the editor forgot to add the pictures of those weapons to the tier list when it was being filmed. We will, of course, still be covering them, but I wanted to give an explanation for their absence. And first up, we have the Scatterbound Heatwave.
This weapon absolutely spanks ass in close quarters. Once you shoot, your shots ricochet and track themselves back into the enemy. You literally can't miss with this gun. It also 2 shots consistently. And unlike the regular Heatwave, the horizontal fire mode is actually useful for getting as many rebounds as possible.
It's kind of funny how, with the variants of the Bulldog and the Heatwave, their effective ranges are swapped. Like the Convergence Bulldog is the best at medium to semi-close range, but the Scatterbound Heatwave is the certified GOAT of close quarters combat. I think given the immense power this gun has at close range, it should go in A tier.
The Backdraft Cinder Shot is next to rank, and I'm not sure how to feel about this gun. Compared to the normal version, you get cluster bombs that do the same damage, but have a bigger area of effect. And they also blind the shit out of the enemy. It's not like it's bad or even mid, but I think 343 could have done more to make it more unique. It's very good, but I don't really feel anything while using it, unlike cool shit like the Ravager Rebound or the Calcine Disruptor. I'll smack it into S tier though, because it deserves it.
Our second to last gun to rank is up next, and it's a slapper. The Arcane Sentinel Beam is unironically the most fun weapon you can use. It absolutely melts everything in sight, though it kicks like a donkey that just got branded and has as much ammo in the clip as there is spare change in a synagogue. Those few moments that you can use it are unlike any other weapon in the entire franchise, though. It just destroys everything. Even Overshield can't protect you for long.
Did any of you ever give a bunch of Marines these in campaign and put all of them in a Razorback to go terrorize every enemy you saw? One of the coolest and funniest things you can do in any Halo game. Besides that, though, the Arcane Sentinel Beam deserves its S tier spot.
Our final weapon on this tier list to rank also happens to be the newest. The Fuel Rod Spanker is really weird. The gun itself is all right, I guess, but it doesn't even live up to the fuel rod cannons of the past because your shots don't ricochet off walls. Its model is just odd too. The theory is that 343 intended on this being just a weapon model for the regular rocket launcher. But to fill a gap in the sandbox, the decision was made to turn this thing into a Frankenstein version of the beloved fuel rod cannon.
I never really like using this gun because I'm too busy looking at that shitty-ass model. It's cool that we sort of have the fuel rod cannon back, but this just isn't it, Chief. I'm putting this stupid thing into B tier so we can stop talking about it.
To all the folk watching this, thank you for it. I hope you liked what I made, and if you want, please tell me what I could do better in the comments.
I have some other video ideas I might do, but there is no way in hell I'm going to have a consistent upload schedule. I made this video because I wanted to make a new video after a couple years of only making short stuff. I also am not dedicated at all to this whole YouTube thing. I just wanted to make a silly video about a game that I like.
If I ever get an itch to do another video, I'll try to do it. It took about a month of inconsistent work to put this thing together. Though the ideas I have for other videos are Mario Kart tracks, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1 and 2's maps, ranking Forza Motorsports tracks, and an engine sounds tier list.
Again, thank all of you for watching this. I don't know when or if I'll see you all again, but I hope you enjoy that video too.
Goodbye, guys.